the only thing I had that didn't have carbs in it, and I was like, holy crap. This is ridiculous. This is a fun time food, and I can have it on this fad diet, which it's fun. It's fun. I did buy another bag. So
Yeah, if he, yeah, once again, if he really loves the taste of it that much, and if he could just stick with that, I can guarantee that he will lose the weight. All right. So in this video, we are going to be reviewing Brently G. Now, hopefully, actually, he sees this video himself, because if he does, he'll lose weight like really quickly. I can guarantee that he'll lose weight. He won't even have to work out for it if he really wants to. So yeah, let's see what he has to say.
I do feel, a marked difference, and I have been seeing some going down on the scale, and that's been really, really great. I'm starting the day with just like eggs. For a long time, I ate egg sandwiches every morning, just like.
Okay, so I guess we'll just explain what's happening here. So once again, from a biochemistry perspective, when you eat eggs and you eat bread, you're basically stimulating insulin and glucagon at the same time, but the only problem is only one of them can be actually elevated, or more specifically, one of them will dominate over the other, and that's insulin. And when insulin does dominate, big problems happen because you end up causing significant weight gain. And this is because the insulin to glucagon ratio is completely spiked. When it comes to calories, calories don't matter. And this is exactly why, because it does not matter how many calories you eat. If glucagon is active, you will lose weight. It doesn't matter. Because hormone sensitive lipase will be active. Once again, the body is a selectively thermodynamic machine. So yeah, this is how he can lose weight like that, like instantly.
Some boiled eggs on toast, and then for a while I started eating the protein oatmeal, and that was good too. But for breakfast, the last few days, I've been having just boiled eggs. This morning I had 3 boiled eggs. Greg Doucette recommended that I go up to eating 4. I don't know about 4, because then like I would have to boil a lot of eggs, and I'm not like a super money guy, so I don't know. I just had 3, and that's satisfying enough. Honestly, 2 was satisfying enough. I think adding protein and focusing more on the protein-based parts of my diet, allows me to end up eating less through the day because I.
Okay, so if he wants to not feel basically that hunger, all he has to do literally is just completely jack up leptin. And the best way to do that is with fat. Fat jacks up leptin. Now, if you don't have fat and you're eating carbohydrates all the time, you're not going to jack up leptin, and you're actually going to end up stimulating ghrelin later on, which will cause hunger. Ghrelin is the hunger hormone. So it's what makes you feel that hunger. And leptin is the satiety hormone. It's what makes you feel satiated. So if he wants to feel satiated and actually get like adequate nutrition, once again, simplest thing he can do is just eat meat and eggs, bacon, pork, chicken, beef, salmon, doesn't matter. If it's meat, if it's basically protein and fat and it's no carbohydrate, as long as there's no carbohydrate, I can guarantee you he will lose weight. Guarantee, 100%. So yeah, once again, this all comes down to hormones. Calories don't matter at all, especially when it comes to weight loss.
I'm more satisfied for a longer time if I eat protein, and I have noticed that. And then for lunch.
Yeah, once again, and that's most likely because there is fat with that protein. So that will help. That will definitely help increase leptin. So yeah.
Today I had some cucumbers, some sliced up cucumbers. I really like cucumbers, and they're very low in calorie, and it's a good way to get a little bit of. Do they have fiber? I feel like most fruit has fiber in it. So.
Yeah, so once again, he doesn't need any fiber. Nobody needs fiber. Fiber is actually very damaging for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. The only difference is some people react to it way worse than others. Like for me, for instance, because I have gut autoimmune problems, I would react to it a million times worse than somebody else. But if somebody else doesn't have gut autoimmune problems, they still get a little bit of a problem. And that's because fiber does a lot of things. One, it doesn't just hinder nutrient absorption. Yes, you're getting less nutrients when you're eating, which is, once again, I wouldn't recommend that. You're also causing a little bit of problems because you're getting gas, and you're partially fermenting the fiber. That leads to gas buildup. That's the methane. So yeah. Once again, not ideal. I wouldn't recommend it. Cucumbers, calories, once again, calories do not matter. Cucumbers aren't healthy. No fruit and vegetable is healthy. Why is no fruit and vegetable healthy? Because of multiple reasons. I'll actually try to list all of them. First off, lipid peroxidation and polyunsaturated fat content, unhealthy. Second, glucose oxidation and reactive oxygen species, unhealthy. Third, phytotoxin content, unhealthy. Fourth, vitamin content, very, very low. Fifth, mineral content, very, very low. Sixth, amino acid content, exorbitantly low, like so low it's insane. Once again, wouldn't recommend any of that. Not helpful. There's like all of those reasons are reasons not to eat fruits and vegetables. They aren't healthy, and everything that you've been told about fruits and vegetables being healthy isn't true. And if you're really interested, once again, I explain all of this in biochemistry in hard science, not epidemiology studies, because epidemiology studies aren't well controlled, in hard science. And if you're really interested in that, go check out my Science Behind Carnivore playlist, because it explains all that. So yeah.
So I feel like cucumbers aren't a bad option. Cheese strings, surprisingly very low in carbohydrates, 0 to 1, depending on which brand you buy. But yeah, I've been having some of those. I replaced my granola bars with cheese strings, which seems like a childish option, but I don't know. If you're trying to avoid carbs, cheese is solid, and it's got a little bit of protein. It's got.
If he does want to add cheese in, it's definitely a better option than any sort of fruit and vegetable. The only problem, the real problem with dairy or cheese of any kind, is it has like morphine in it. It has casomorphines, which is basically like a version of morphine. So very addictive, very, very addictive. Insanely addictive. So yeah, it's once again though, it's a much better option than fruits and vegetables, because fruits and vegetables also have phytotoxin content, which induce inflammation. Not healthy, not helpful.
A fairly low amount of calories in it, so that's good too. And yeah, I've been doing that. Just trying to focus on meat heavy suppers. I usually have just trying.
Oh, we'll start here.
To focus on meat heavy suppers. I usually have a meat and a carb with my suppers, but since I'm trying not to do that, I'll have maybe some pork chops, or I had some chicken twisters, which is like a chicken medallion wrapped in bacon, which doesn't seem healthy, but it is. It's protein. It doesn't have any.
No, once again, that's actually very healthy. That's very, very, very healthy. Much better option. That's a very good idea. Meat heavy supper. It literally, all he has to do is just stimulate glucagon. That's it. And the only way that you stimulate glucagon, well, you could do that two ways. Actually, you could do that through time, which is intermittent fasting, or you could do that with just eating meat. Or you could do both. It doesn't really matter. As long as you're stimulating glucagon, you will lose weight. It doesn't matter what you do. I can guarantee you that you will lose weight. And you can eat as much as you want as long as you're stimulating glucagon. So if he can eat as much meat as he wants, as long as he stimulates glucagon, he is perfectly fine, and he will lose weight. He will have no problems. Yeah, it's really, really that simple, honestly.
Carbs in it. It's like, you're kind of, it's kind of one of the things you're surprised that when you do a fad diet like keto, where it's like, hey, this actually blends with it. Because I already had chicken twisters in my freezer, and I was like looking at everything in my freezer trying to find, hey, do we have anything that doesn't have carbs in it? And that was like the only thing I had that didn't have carbs in it, and I was like, holy crap, this is ridiculous. This is a fun time food, and I can have it on this fad diet, which it's fun. It's fun. I did buy another bag. So.
Yeah, so once again, if he really loves the taste of it that much, and if he could just stick with that, I can guarantee. Like for me, for instance, I don't even crave carbohydrates at all anymore. I don't even desire them. In fact, they don't look like food. I would rather fast than I would eat carbohydrate of any kind. I would rather fast than eat any sort of fruit and vegetable, which might sound absolutely absurd, but it's a much better option, especially when it comes to health. I don't like inducing phytotoxins. I specifically am very, very reactive to pretty much every single plant that you could possibly think of. Before, when I was eating them a bit more often, I was still reactive to them, It was definitely pretty bad, but it wasn't as bad. Right now, if I were to have one, I would flare up instantly. It'd be really, really bad. But I don't crave them. I don't crave them. I don't desire them. I have no want to eat them because they just, for some reason, the taste of meat tastes so good at this point. I don't desire it even a little bit. Most likely, actually, that has to do with gut bacteria and signaling. In terms of signaling, like, to the brain, I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. Yeah, it's weird stuff, but
so that I can have more of them, and they're not really that bad calorie-wise. One chicken twister is 140 calories, which is fantastic. So
yeah, he doesn't have to worry. Once again, if he wants to binge on chicken twisters and eat only chicken twisters, that's literally, he will lose weight. As long as there isn't any carbohydrate added to that chicken twister, I can guarantee that he will lose the weight. Because once again, it's all based on the insulin to glucagon ratio when it comes to weight loss. That is it. That is the only thing that matters. So if you stimulate insulin, doesn't matter what you do, you're going to gain weight. You can work out, you can do everything possible. As long as insulin is still up, you will gain weight. And if you aren't, and if you're trying to do this caloric deficit stuff and stimulating insulin, what's going to end up happening? You'll lose weight, but not the kind of weight that you want to lose. You'll lose muscle mass. That's not something you want to lose. So once again, not ideal, really, really bad.
I just have two, and that'll be my supper. Sometimes I have some Japanese rice. You can buy these pre-made things of Japanese rice, and then you just throw them in the microwave, and that's fine. And they do have carbs, but it's not like enough carbs to set you over. So like they said on the website that with keto you want to eat less than 50 carbohydrates a day, and
50 grams of carbohydrates, yeah. That number actually probably comes from Benjamin Bickman, for that matter. Once again, I wouldn't recommend, if he really wants to lose weight very, very quickly, I wouldn't recommend it. But it literally is all just based on whether or not you're stimulating insulin or glucagon. So hopefully this video finds him. Hopefully he learned something. Hope you guys saw what I saw, and looking at all of this from a biochemistry perspective. If he sees this video, he can learn how to lose weight even quicker. He will lose some weight on keto. He might not lose all of it though. It's literally all based on just insulin and glucagon. So yeah, if you understand hormones, and once again, if you're really interested in all the science behind this and all the biochemistry, it's in my Science Behind Carnivore playlist, and you could just check out my channel because it covers all of this. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. If you found the video helpful, informative, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Helps the channel grow. And if you want to see all my videos ahead of time, click the join button down below. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.